I've always been trying to move to the west side of the state. I like the greens. I like the challenge here. It's an agency that is ready to move to the next level, to be able to become more responsive to the needs of the community. The people that are here now have done a great job keeping it in good shape, and I can give it that 1A job because of my past experiences in education and background, and I've been successful at other places, and this is my new challenge. The main challenge is budget. We need to keep the budget in check and have enough reserves so we don't have to face the extreme budget cuts, and look for any kind of grant that's possible to us. That's the beauty of being public transportation. There's always grants available, but you have to look for it.
I have known some folks who lived in Aberdeen and Ocean Shores, and when I saw it come up, I thought of this area, how I love it up here. I love the green, the weather changes, the seasons. I have a 10-year-old daughter, my wife and my daughter. She's going right from elementary to junior high. She starts junior high next year, and I'm looking for some roots for her to put down. The only challenges I see right now, I believe, is going to be funding. We're going to have to come up with some new ideas to continue funding.
The opportunity. It's a relatively young system. I come from a much larger system, and basically, I think that I bring with me a lot of experience that I can help the system with as far as growing pains that I've already been through, things that I've experienced, and in addition to that, I bring with me an incredible resource of mentorship throughout APTA, which is the American Public Transportation Association. I've gone through their leadership program, and as a result, I've wound up with not just a mentor or a couple of mentors, but a pool of mentors that are CEOs of very large transit systems around the country that I can call at any time and help me through situations and kind of walk me through the rough parts. Coming up with creative ways to finance what we do and making sure that we meet the need of everybody that has a desire to use public transportation. That in itself is, those are two things that could keep a person busy all day long, every day of the week. Trying to figure out how to fund it and making sure that you're doing it efficiently, and then meeting the need of the stakeholders, the people that want to use the system.
Really a combination of factors. Where I'm at career-wise, I'm looking for kind of the next step. I've currently been operating for the past 5 years as a city system, and I'm really more of a regional kind of thinker, and so this is an opportunity to work regionally with this type of system. The other huge factor is this area. I was up here a year and a half ago, had interviewed, was a finalist up in Port Townsend, and this whole area is appealing because my wife and I 22 years ago honeymooned in this area. We're Officer and Gentleman fans, and so the area is very, very appealing. And so it's a combination of the area, career opportunity, the size of the community, and I'm really looking. I'm still relatively young, but I'm not looking for a career stepping stone. I'm looking for a long-term opportunity where I can be for the next 15 or 20 years till I retire, not that this is a retirement job, of course, but and I like what I hear and I've learned about the system in terms of longevity. You know, the director's been there a long time, and I think from what I sense, this community really values transit, and so those are a combination of reasons that are appealing to me. Well, from what I hear, first of all, I'll say funding everywhere across the country is an issue with the way that the economy's been. You know, our reauthorization bill, the 6-year bill that funds transit, you know, expired 2 years ago. Now they extended it for another 6 months before they're going to make a decision. At least they funded it at the same levels. But the uncertainty of funding federally is certainly an issue. I don't think it's as much of an issue locally or statewide from what I hear. But funding is of course an issue in transit. Second to that, it sounds like the way the board has been reorganized recently with some new positions. It seems like it looks like a high degree of, or I should say a lack of continuity for a third to over half the board, that it can be on for very short terms. And I'm not saying that's really an issue, but it certainly could be an issue, because I think you need to have, I don't like seeing people on any elected position or appointed position for life or whatever, but you do need a little more continuity than people, you know, coming in and being there for a year. You know, they've just begun to learn what's going on, and getting the most out of their knowledge and their experience when they're there at such a short term, I think, is an issue. And then it sounds like there's been a lot of turnover in the operations manager position. And I don't know why. I haven't really heard why, but I've heard that mentioned several times. So those would probably be some of the things I think that would need to be looked at and worked on.